Hi, my name is Deborah Richards, and I am the writer-director of Send Hollywood My Love. So my inspiration behind the film was really, there were two ideas initially that were really the genesis of the movie. The first idea is there's a theme throughout all of my work, and the theme is duality as a constant theme throughout my work. So one of the original ideas was the idea of keeping a secret and not telling anyone that secret. So that was one of the first ideas. And then the second idea was after my last short movie and getting some recognition for that and winning some awards, a lot of people wanted to know what was next. And there was all this pressure of what's next, what's next, what's next. So I kind of mixed the two ideas of the pressure of what's next mixed in with sitting on a secret. So those two kind of ideas were the genesis for the idea of the frustrated writer that hasn't told anyone that he hasn't written a page in 2 years. The most difficult scene to shoot in the movie, I'm not sure if there was one scene that was more difficult than the others, because every single one of them was challenging for different reasons. But overall, the most challenging thing of the shoot was the pace. The movie was shot over 4 days, and to shoot all that in 4 days was just a lot of pressure. So it wasn't really so much which was the hardest scene, it was just a hard shoot. My favorite scene to shoot in the movie was probably throwing a TV in the pool, because it felt very rock star and it was really fun. So yeah, throwing a TV in the pool was fun.
My name is Patrick Wirtz, and I am a producer for Deborah Richards' Send Hollywood My Love. I can't answer the most difficult scene to shoot, since I was mainly behind the scenes doing everything else. I didn't have to be on set all the time. I mean, I was behind the set, making sure everything was running smoothly, making sure any props that had to be there were there, making sure if the ambulance was there, arranging for rides for actors, making sure we sent PAs to get out stuff that we needed, gaffer's tape, staples, pens, I mean, a whole bunch of stuff, M&Ms, no, I'm sorry, Skittles. Yeah, so basically, I can't answer what was the hardest scene to shoot. I just noticed that when I watched the live set, everyone was working really hard, everyone was active. Deborah Richards was directing everyone. Do this, do that, do this, do that, on to the next scene. And Nelson, our AD, had his whistle, and it looked like it was really going smoothly. I mean, it was little bumps in the road here and there, but overall, it looked really efficient. My favorite scenes, I think my favorite scenes was whenever I could see the actors' reactions. The cast was really amazing, and they were feeding off of each other. And just seeing them react to each other in an improvisational way was so much fun to watch. They all had their characters down, and so watching them play off each other was probably the best, yeah. Well, I think it's going to be an hilarious film. I think all the beats are there. I think the characters are funny. Their interactions are just, it's just kind of gold. I mean, it just works beautifully. The whole story works wonderfully. It's a nice, tightly contained story that circles in on itself, and it's funny, and the beats are there. I just think it's going to be a great film, yeah.
My job as the assistant director was to make sure that the pace of the movie stayed on schedule, making sure we shot the amount of scenes that we needed to throughout the day, so we were able to finish on time. And then I had a little whistle that helped me do that. I know that the sound people hated me, but I know that they hated the whistle even more. One of the sound operators, I think I blew her ears out a couple times because I didn't give them a notice before I blew the whistle. So that was pretty rough. One of my favorite scenes was a slow motion in the bedroom with Jack when we smashed the laptop and the pieces jumped up, and when we did the pillow scene, and all the fluff comes at the camera all slow. It was perfect. It was beautiful. I loved that.
Action.
Me, son of a bitch, can't write a goddamn fucking thing. God, motherfucking son of a motherfucking bitch, cocksucker.
Based on what I've seen so far on the rough cut, I think it's coming out great. The concept, the idea is awesome. The cast and the crew were all great as far as I can tell. Everybody did their job. The story was great. The idea of not giving everybody all the information kind of made it that much more interesting, not only for the crew but the cast especially, because they were like, oh, they didn't really know what to expect, and so that made it more dramatic, I think.
First thing we'd like to do is show it to an audience and take it on an international film festival run. And from there, one of two possibilities could happen. We could either at that point decide to distribute it or raise additional funding and make it into a feature by having this movie as the first act of a feature. So it really depends on audience response to the movie. Will determine what happens to it. So yeah, look out for it at a festival in 2016.
That's from the wind. That's Mother Nature. That's not even this. Go ahead. It's the damn wind.